What is going on, everyone? My name's Boit, and I'm back with some more Age Mythology. The Titans action spawning in the top of the map in the blue color, playing as Hades. His name is Brickhead. His opponent today in the red color, playing as Hades as well. His name is Domantas. The map is Mediterranean. And, this is game number 3 of this best of 5 for the promotion, relegation, whatever you want to call it, post-season Voobly Champions Tournament, a league thingamajigam or what, hosted by yours truly and the fabulous, the effervescent, the always smiling, the best man in the world, who has 2 kids living roughly in America and somewhere in there, and also plays Age of Mythology, loves Ra. His name's Chrono JJ. Anyways, now that that is all out of the way, we've got another game here, another game that we have to deal with. I don't know if we've ever seen this map before. Have we ever seen this map before? What is this map? The Armor of Achilles is on this map. That's pretty good. The 5% infantry hack vulnerability. We've also got the Flagstone of Buhen over here, which does give you a little bit of the cheaper walls. But, I still don't think I've ever seen this map before. Mediterranean. I'm just kidding. I know you guys love this map. And, honestly, there's a high chance that it's just banned for next season just because I said so and I'm dictator here, right? No? Yes? Who knows? Okay, so double Hades here. Very interesting decision from Brickhead trying to match the Hades of Domantas. Obviously, the Hades is a very defensive god on this map. It kind of counters the Zeus in a way, kind of counters the Uranus in a way as well, because you just play defensive and you can kind of deal with that in a way. We see Domantas' build order, just like he knows the build. Brickhead does not know the build. You see this issue here with Brickhead's build. There is a modern Mediterranean build, which quite good if you're asking me. Essentially, all you do is the first 2 villages go to wood, and you put 4 villagers onto pigs, and then you put 2 villagers or 3 villagers onto wood, and you put the rest onto pigs. You don't have to build a granary, get so many more fishing ships out, so you get so much more economy, and just so much further ahead. I've lost it. The heat's killing me. It's like 35 degrees currently. It's got to be. No, it's 28 degrees according to my phone, but it doesn't feel it. It feels much hotter. I'm not ready for winter. I'm not ready for summer. If anybody wants to save me from the Australian summer, I'll gladly come live with you in Europe or something. Especially right now with all the pandemic stuff going on. Just giving it away. Alrighty then, enough joking around. Athena's probably going to be the god of choice, though Ares is an option here. You can pestilence the docks, get a couple of archership advantage through that pestilence, and then you just sit on that advantage for the entire game, and your opponent's restoration just doesn't get enough value to catch up. And you can go for it. And we are seeing Domantas should be advancing around about now. He's got through Athena and Brickhead slightly late. 430 looks like his build because he's had a lot of villager cuts here. If we check out all the villagers that are here that have been made, I think it's looking like it's only 17 villagers. 17 villagers with a 335, 340. It's very, very bad. Compare that to Domantas here. 6, 12, 17. So 17 villagers as well. Both players actually have exactly the same amount of villagers. Did I miss one? Does Domantas have more? No, 17. I'm just going to check this one more time. Just to make sure I'm not going crazy. It would be amazing if there was this mod that we could use that could tell me how many villagers everyone has. And it's made by Rebels Rising. It's quite good, and I probably should be using it, but I don't know if it works for recorded games. Anyways, fishing ships here. 8 fishing ships to 8 fishing ships. So both players actually have exactly the same end result, except Domantas is up 10 seconds faster. Huge advantage. Trireme pumping out here for Domantas. Ready to get going. Ready to do all of the good things. The best of things. The greatest things ever. Yes. There's the Trireme popping out. Brickhead has hit the next day, he immediately cues out his trireme. Domantas onto his base here. The fishing ship, the lone fishing ship, just wants to gather some fish for his people. Getting attacked, and Brickhead not responding. He's alt-S'd it, and he does end up retreating it, but he loses it. He's too late. That's one fishing ship kill for Domantas. Huge advantage is currently up 4 trireme to 2 as Brickhead has to sit in his base right now under his docks and sit and wait for Domantas to come to him. Domantas is going to be trying to push in here now. He does garrison some fishing ships immediately to get a little bit of extra damage down, but unfortunately for Brickhead, Domantas's dock misses there. So 5 trireme to 4 as it's looking like Brickhead slightly catching up. Not sure why Domantas is behind on that one there. Looks like both players not quite producing very fast here or very efficiently or whatever. We have the Skadi mining camp here for Brickhead as well. That's a new thing. It's a thing, guys. It's a thing. We're making it happen regardless. Now, whoop, fishing ship getaway. This is I'm not sure if this was the first dock that was built, but when you build your docks, you really want to make sure that you're putting them right next to these fishing spots. Had Brickhead done so, then you could also put a dock here and then secure this fish as well. But he hasn't. And now he's got to feel sad about that one there. It is what it is, though. Trireme coming back in, going to hit these villages. The fishing ships. Doesn't manage to kill them. And the trireme run away. And the trireme run back. And the fishing ship come back. And they get pushed off. And that's Mediterranean for you. So, in the meantime, while these guys are playing Ring Around the Rosie, oh no, little fight here. No fighting. No fighting's allowed to be had. No. We're just posturing. We're posturing here. Got to find some value. He advanced first. Let me attack. What's the population? That'll help us out here. 72 to 68. Domantas still in the lead. Has probably more villages, and such is life. And a little bit more food income because these fishing ships keep getting pushed off. But they'll get in there. I'll get that food eventually. There's the third dock coming up for Domantas. Third dock for Brickhead. Both of these players are very well versed in this 7-minute dock. I like it. I like it a lot. But I'd like it more if they would fight each other. But obviously Brickhead doesn't want to move out because he still thinks he's behind. But in reality, he's probably ahead at this point. 18 trireme to 18 to 19. Just slightly behind. Oh, it's looking like Domantas is still holding his 2 trireme lead this entire time. So it's kind of really all about the micro and the concave at this point. 18 trireme, 20 trireme. Doesn't matter that much if you got defenders advantage, which Brickhead does have, so he doesn't even have to leave. Now he got this dock up. He should probably just move some fishing ship over to this one so he can get over here. And we do see a little bit of fight. We're ready to fight now. It's been 4 minutes of moral moral posturing between each other, just saying, this is my water, no, it's your water, no, it's my water. And now we're coming in. Good micro from both players. Restoration for Brickhead first. You always want a restoration second here. It's very important, but it looks like it's not going to matter all too much. Nice micro pulling Domantas' ships back in. A little bit too many arch ships getting pulled there. He needs to pull the ones that are getting damaged only. And such is life. Now, Brickhead moving forward here. And the Domantas ships retreating back over. And now Brickhead's got the advantage. Now he can sit out and not attack. It's good. Population, 95 to 96. Very, very close here. Well, this is a beautiful concave here for Brickhead. Nice micro pulling a lot of these ships back in. They do get back on. And now Brickhead is able to push Domantas back here for the time being. It looks like he's going to try and fight it, but it's going to be a tough one for him. There are 3 docks here that could potentially be fighting or shooting if they're close enough. One is, I think. Nice micro here, pulling back with Domantas' focus fire micro. Fairly decent here as well. 88 to 101 population. Brickhead very far in front. Lots of low HP ships for Brickhead though. And actually quite a few for Domantas as well. We got 18 ships to 22 ships as Brickhead does have that big advantage. But again, lots of 1 HP ships here for Domantas. Oh, sorry, for Brickhead. I can't speak, everyone. It's so hot. Anyways, the Mediterranean Sea is just an exciting place to be. Okay. Now, the Catastropher's checking things out. The Minotaur coming over, saying g'day. And Domantas. Finally, he's able to potentially push out. And again, Brickhead not... I hate this style of micro. When you got this many ships, it is simply just better to focus fire. Because if your opponent does pull a ship back, they have to pull back multiple ships to get them to retreat. And then you just refocus fire and you just do more DPS than your opponent does. That's sort of what I learned, over the years. And now it looks like Domantas is back in the water. He's managed to defend. 24 ships for Domantas. 24 ships for Brickhead. Very, very close. Very close fight here in the mirror matchup. And Brickhead's managed to get a really nice fight here, but so is Domantas doing his things. Just defending. I mean, it's looking at this point that it's almost not worth it fighting for the water anymore. Cut trireme production and just go for town centers. Either player right now, like at 10 minutes, 11 minutes into the game, it's just like town centers are more valuable. Especially when you have this many trireme that could just sit under the docks. You don't need to be producing them. And Domantas does cut some there. So he's looking like he's going for a town center. And Brickhead, on the other hand, he's throwing up a fourth dock. I guess you could do that if you want, but town centers for Domantas. Brickhead should just go right now. He has to, because he's not close to that. Well, unless he cancels some trireme, which he could do. He has done. No, he's getting Persine. Getting Persine early because he thinks he's won the water. Maybe interesting choice. Because Domantas getting the second town center. There's a second town center for Brickhead as well. Brickhead now on the defensive. With the fourth dock up. Lots of these Brickhead boats getting picked off as he's having to run away. And now Domantas has got a pretty big attack coming. And look at this navy. So many archer ships. And he runs away. If you're gonna look at all the boats, he got so many pickoffs there, and then he just like kept going, and then it's like, oh no, I'll leave, and then he just loses more boats. Funny. We see this town center. Nope. Town center up for Brickhead as well. Both players have 2 town centers and 1 million boats. So which Greek civilization do you reckon these guys are role-playing as here with this many triremes? Which historical Greek, ancient Greek civilization had a big navy? Athens? I don't know. Triremes. Look at this. Look at this damage that Brickhead's managing to do. Oh, big micro here from Brickhead. Pulls Domantas out. And this is a huge victory for him as he's starting to pull away in this water fight here. But Domantas has even ships still, I think, even population at the very least. And he's able to keep fighting. We're still seeing micro attempting from Brickhead. Still pulling back a lot of these ships here. And it's looking like Domantas may be winning this one. More ships coming in. Both players are just sitting here, not really doing too much. And now Brickhead decides to get out of here as he's not confident he can win that fight. Even though there's so many low HP Domantas trireme here. If he just picks some of those off, he's in fine shape on the water. Meanwhile, we've got a third town center coming up for Brickhead. There it is. Third town center coming up for... No, not just yet. Domantas is very far away from it, actually. Apparently Cairo had a big navy. And now Domantas still not able to get any ground here, make any ground up. As these guys are just moving forward and back and forward and back and forward and back. And like, what do you get here? You're fighting over 8 villages when you've got, I don't know how many villages on land. I'm just confused at this point why they're still fighting for water. And Domantas not getting a third town center is a big issue. Maybe the town centers aren't even in range of water here. Maybe this one is. No way. Villages are forward here. Forward archery range coming up. As Brickhead's going to attempt to sneak his villages through. He does manage to do so. Fighting yet again commences on the water here, and Domantas is pushed back. And he's right under his docks now. This is possibly the first opportunity that Brickhead's had to clean this up and get a big victory here. And he's still spamming out those trireme. Wall's trying to get up. And the villagers pull back. Chiron coming in to deflect these. Little tip, if you're trying to get walls up fast, is send your villagers to put up the long walls, and don't worry about these wall segments because they don't actually create any path blocking, I think. At least that's what I've heard or seen. There's the sentinels coming up for Brickhead. Some lions here. Question is, he's got a beautiful gold mine over here. Walls coming up over here already for Brickhead. He may even be able to finish this wall off as Domantas has snuck some units through, but that's it for him. You see no attempted trireme production from Domantas. Armory coming up for Brickhead. So he's going to want to race straight to the Mythic Age. Leaving this relic here. Armor of Achilles. Decent relic. Doesn't want it. Nope. Minotaur just walks straight past Car and is like, yeah, I'll just tank that. That's no problem. Running straight into the Sentinels and Town Center fire as well. And the Minotaur does get picked off there in the end of the day. Domantas still running around with these trying, but they finally stop. Get picked off. You even see some archery rangers coming up forward for Brickhead. And the Chiron gets picked off, or just about 5 HP. He's going to try and keep him alive. If he goes Apollo, he can get Temple of Healing, get him back up to full HP. Get some value. Maybe. Probably be more value just to delete him and make him again. 200 wood. Totally fine. There's the stock getting picked off. Does Brickhead even... Oh, he does build a couple of fishing ships. You could get some, 9 decent fishing spots here, I guess. There's the villagers that are moving forward here. Going to spot all of these military buildings coming up for Brickhead. So these walls try and come up. Both players have stuck walls on the other side of the forward base. But looks like... is this spotted for... the Domantas? No, that's just out of line of sight. Look at that. I think it would be in here, just here. It's not. I'm just getting some luck here. Chiron coming in. We'll be able to snipe the other Chiron if he can ever hit him. Not possible, apparently. The relic gets stolen away. Lots of military buildings here for Brickhead. Lots of resources in the bank. Domantas going through Apollo. He's gearing up to go to the next stage. With the fortress coming in, this is going to be a strong push here onto this town center. And another fortress on this side of the map as well can be defended by the trireme here. No problems there. Keep the villager alive though. Does manage to do so. There's the Apollo. He's pretty close. He's not building units either. Villagers coming onto this location. There are triremes here. And a lot of these will die, but the villagers will die as well, so it doesn't... Oh no, one villager does survive and keep building up this fortress, no problem. Get that villager on the other side though. Don't let him get sniped. The wall's over here. Getting taken down. Do we see any Petropolis? Nope. Do we see any... Next stage. Domantas getting irrigation, masons, shaft mine, bow saw, fortified town centers. And Brickhead getting nothing. He's going Artemis. Ooh. He wants to finish this game early. He may be able to get it with an Artemis on this location. Actually, on this location? On this location? I don't know. Not sure. Start to see the hoplite getting produced here. Surprised we didn't just see Hephaestus. Hephaestus is so strong on this map. With an underworld as well to boot. But what he could do is underworld from this spot here. Earthquake this, underworld after it. And this fortress looks like it's going to go up with one villager. Brickhead can use a transport ship here as well and finish building this fortress if he needs to. And the unit's coming over. Villager making a break for it. And Domantas is going through Hephaestus, so he's picking the Hephaestus. It's fair enough. The Toxotes will be able to snipe that villager, so the fortress did not get up. And it's getting pushed back here for Brickhead. Brickhead ready to start pushing it on this location. We've got fortified town centers and masons for the Domantas now, so the earthquake not going to be that important, but this gold mine is. And an underworld onto it. It's going to be huge. And Brickhead's got buildings already over here as well. So we'll see if he decides to go for it. This gold mine's almost out of resources here. There's the sentinels. Infantry hack vulnerability coming through. Yeah, you just change it. You just change your attack over here. This town center will never go down to that earthquake. Those military buildings, so very, very much HP. That made sense there. But he's got the Toxotes out. He's already got the heavy Toxotes out, so he can push in really strong. Hephaestus has come through, throwing down that plenty vault here somewhere at some point. A little bit too preoccupied. Do we see engineers coming through? Not just yet. Fortress was deleted there or killed off. Lots of villagers repairing this at this point. Some towers coming in for Brickhead, who's ready to finish this game off here. But this town center just repairs so fast. Not sure these Petropolis are even doing anything at this point. With that many villagers. Disgusting. Which reminds me of an Egyptian town center with a pharaoh on it. Now the watchtower's coming up. I like where he's placed them. Nice and far back. Doesn't have any crenellations though, so he has to research that. See guard towers coming through. Forge of Olympus for Domantas coming through. And if he can hold on for that Forge of Olympus to come through, he's going to get a lot of armory upgrades very, very fast. And there they come. Copper mail, copper weapons, copper shields on the way as well. Chimera coming in. There is a Perseus to deal with that. Very, very strong, or sorry, I should say very, very weak unit in all honesty. But can one-hit myth units. And he does manage to get that micro there. Brickhead not paying attention to the best of his ability. He loses his Chimera basically for free there. Heliopolis coming in, going to be able to deny these town centers. You have to have some sort of answer to this, making Gastrophedes here. These units are actually pretty strong. 11.2 damage compared to the 8.45. So the Gastrophedes, not so bad as an actual option in this fight. They do cost 3 population though, so that's why they're a little bit more, but they do a lot more damage to the town center. The Petropolis coming back in here. Try and get this fortress up as well. Surprised to see Brickhead not making any units out of here. What does he spot over here? I guess he doesn't see anything, so he doesn't know that there's villagers here, but he has to realize that's where the gold mine is. The big problem are these Heliopolis, so I don't think Brickhead can quite deal with them just yet. Hoplites can, though. Getting some villagers in on the action. Help out with taking this Heliopolis down. The guard tower almost falling. I think the Heliopolis will fall before the guard tower. So nice defense there. Keep throwing up those guard towers, pushing forward. Try and take down this town center here. It's just so beefy. 4,600. And 20 HP. But you do have to get engineers though. Engineers is big for taking down Hades' buildings. So much extra damage. So much. And the villagers coming on here. What's he doing? Looks like he's got no resources in the back. No army either. The pressure is too much. Hades Shade's coming in now for Domantas here. More guard towers going up. He's just pushing forward. Love to see like a wall here. The Gastrofetes doing a lot of damage. Copper Mail coming through for Brickhead. He realized he has to keep chasing. Iron Shield is coming through for Domantas though. Now that's going to change this fight just a little bit for a while. Those Iron Shields, they make these Toxotes very, very bulky. The Heliopoli moving in, going to try and take down these Metropolis, and they will be able to do so. Nice micro from Brickhead to pull back there. Just for the time being. Heliopolis now coming out for Brickhead. These Gastrofeti doing some damage to the town center though. Needs to get out Burning Pitch to really get that damage through. When the villagers have run out of resources. He's got no resources in the back, or it looked like he had none. Or at least one of them. Now the town center is falling. Village is not repairing anymore. Finally, he does decide to start doing that one again. Able to keep this town center from going down very, very nicely. It's 160 of 160 for each player here. It's just a little bit of a stalemate, but some units coming over here. Surprised at making Hippaspis. They don't do any bonus damage against villagers. Bit of an interesting one. Now it's looking like Domantas' army is sort of overpowering Brickheads with the Iron Shields now. 38% PS armor. It's very, very good. But these raids starting to hit hard, and Domantas is going to be out of gold soon, but he does have a trade route up. 64 gold apiece, so does Brickhead. But trade route in this corner would be better, or even down here would be good. And we do see Brickhead retreating back to his towers. Domantas not paying attention, but the Heliopolis will be able to take this down very, very fast. There is Architects out, so very, very fast is relative, obviously. I wonder if the Gastrofetes do extra damage against the Heliopolis, or are they just hitting 1 damage each? Oh, they get 6 crush damage, so that does a little bit of extra damage to the units. There's the Underworld down to this side of the base. Going after this side now. Starting to switch the battleground. There is an Underworld available for Domantas, and he does cast it here as the Toxotes come in very, very quickly. Fortress trying to come up for Brickhead. He's got a couple of triremes still over here. We see the Underworld Passage gets taken down very, very fast. Meanwhile, the unit's back over here defending his guard towers. Domantas takes down another guard tower. He's Colossus. Going to be doing a lot of getting a lot of value here. You have to see a Perseus at some point. He's making a Chiron though. Meanwhile, this Underworld Passage almost picked off. And the Gastrofeet is coming back in. Is he going to just click on the Underworld Passage of Domantas here? Looks like he may. Not just yet. All those Toxotes are under fire now. Villagers get picked off. Underworld, 662 HP left. Fortress is up now. Heliopolis taking down the Underworld Passage. Go get those Gastrofetes to kill it off. It'll go down very fast. Only 69% PS armor here. And he does manage to click on it. So both Underworld Passages will fall. And there is now a Fortress over here as well. So he can switch the battleground just a little bit. I'm putting up another Fortress as well. As that Underworld Passage almost falls here. Colossus is going to be able to tear down all these buildings of Brickhead though for the time being. Some more guard towers coming up on that location there. Toxotes able to pick off everything else. Heliopolis tanking a lot of damage here. Our villagers putting up the guard towers over here for Brickhead. And he's still defending nicely up the top. Just a he still hasn't built his Perseus. He's making like Achilles. Oh, there's no. He's got Ajax, he's got Chiron, he's getting Achilles. Everything except for the Perseus. But Guard Tower's coming up on this location now. As the Heliopolis is ready. Start pushing in. He can even make some Gastrophetes if he wants on this side. And he's actually doing it. How's his upgrades? Very, very poor. Domantas upgrades. Everything except for Iron Mail here. There's Iron Shields coming through for Brickhead. Oh, and he's got Burning Pitch as well now. That's scary because now the Gastrophetes start doing a huge amount of bonus damage. You see they don't actually do any bonus damage against buildings. But they have the 6 extra crush damage, is why they do a lot. And then you get out, or you can't get Weapons of the Titans, but you get out Burning Pitch and they start multiplying that crush damage as well. Because Burning Pitch does that, I think. What is it? An extra 300% bonus damage versus buildings. So those Gastrophetes go up to like 24 damage or something. Adjusting crush damage. So they ignore, that's basically true damage onto the town center there. And now the Colossus is because there's been no attempted Perseus here. We'll just pick everything, pick everything off over here. Yeah, the Hades Shad's going to town though. This town center's still under threat, but it's not happening as the more Colossus coming and making some Peltast. Interesting development here. A couple of Peltas to pick off the Toxotes. I don't mind it, as long as you micro. You got to micro pretty hard on it. Otherwise, they start doing nothing. You see some Gastrophetes? No, no Gastrophetes. Down center, 2,000 HP remaining on it. And we see this gold Colossus. Oh, sorry, it's not even a gold Colossus, just a Colossus. Chilling here, eating a gold mine, living the dream. Fortress coming back up for Brickhead on this side. You see bit of an interesting development over here. We see some walls coming up on that side. I'm just trying to push out of here, but these Peltas just doing bulk damage to the Heliopolis. There's Petropolis coming out now for Domantas. Sorry, for Brickhead. Still able to keep pushing in, doing his thing. And Domantas taps out there. Is he out of gold? He must be somewhat struggling. Let me check. No, he's got a lot of gold in the bank. Just like no food, no wood. Oh, he's out of wood. Or about to be. Not able to make any ground up. What a game. Somehow Brickhead managed to pull that one out. Really nice play there. Able to strangle Domantas. And I think this all just comes down to just like town center time. He's fighting water for too long. That's kind of it. That's why this game went this way. Anyways, if you did enjoy it, please consider hitting the follow button on the Twitch. If you're on the YouTube, hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you guys in the next game.